Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here. Got a couple things on my mind here. First thing I want to talk about is last night, just before bedtime, I finally went ahead and purchased 2 tickets to one of the earlier showings of Black Panther. I should have actually got like an 8 o'clock showing, but there was nothing earlier than 9 o'clock. So, but I got out of the theater at a theater that I know I don't think too many people will be out at that time of morning. At least I hope not. And so I will be definitely watching it. So I got 2 tickets for Black Panther this Saturday. I'm definitely going to see it. I'm amped to see it. I'm ready to watch it. And I told my old lady, I'm going with or without you at this point. Because I kept waiting on her 3 times. So I went on and got tickets. I said, I'll tell you right now, I get them now because they tickets are expensive. And this is at the regular theater. The IMAX is charging, I think the IMAX and other theaters are charging more. And some of them aren't even 3D. See, when it comes to black movie, they raise the prices up on the market. That's why no one is making $400 million at the box office first week, because they charge you average $10, $12, $10 to $15, $16 per person to go see it. I said, no wonder. No wonder. No damn wonder. Man. What are you doing? $30 to go see one day gonna move it. Kind of straddling the line there. I ain't got time for all that. $30 to go see one movie. To see one film. One film. Yep. I said, what they did, they raised the prices up. I said, and that's my theory. I said, I'm not 100%. I'll look into it, but I'm thinking maybe they raised the price because they knew a bunch of niggas was gonna go see this movie. And if Disney, I don't know how much it cost to make this movie. I knew it had to have cost every bit over 100, well over 100 million, 100 mil easily. But so far it's made over 400 million. And I think domestically made over. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it. Well, anyway, it's made a lot. It's made a ton of money. It's made a ton of money. Nevertheless, what I'm going to do, because that's going to be a tight day that day, and it's going to be a busy day that day, matter of fact. I'm going to be doing a live late night broadcast, and I'm hoping to get it on Blog Talk Radio, which means I'm going to have to try to get my Blog Talk Radio set before Saturday, because I really want people to call to give me opinions and takes about this film. So Saturday night, sometime Saturday night, if I ain't too out of it, or Sunday, we will have a special call-in show. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Hangouts, although I would love to do it on Hangouts. But I think a call-in show in this case would probably be better, albeit via on Blog Talk Radio. I've had problems with Spreaker doing live shows. I've had problems with doing live shows on YouTube via Hangouts. So I'm going to try it once again with Blog Talk Radio. As much as I love Spreaker, and it's not Spreaker's fault, I think it's Skype, because you can use Skype on it, but Skype has been problematic. Until I can actually figure out how to really use Skype the way I wanted to, it's just a pain right now. Anyway, so, yes, in 2 days, I will be bringing you the live lit podcast broadcast of my review on Black Panther. Yes, it is going to happen. I'm also in the process of considering creating 2 more channels. One channel devoted to everything pop culture. Because I talk about various topics. If you notice, I talk about pop culture here. I may talk about something involving politics. I may talk about something about religion or life thoughts about life and things you should be doing, health and all that. I talk a lot about all of that, you know. But I actually was thinking that there should be a separate channel for me to talk about pop culture, because I can go all day on that too. And a sports channel, you know. Probably the channel, it'll probably be something like DJ Wolf Live. Well, this is DJ Wolf Live. Anyway, no, but I'm talking about for YouTube. But we'll figure it out. I'm going to take some time to try to break it down, and we'll go from there. Still a work in progress. But for certain, I'm going to try to get this up on Blog Talk Radio this weekend. Let's see what else is going on here. You know, sometimes, how can I put it? Last week, I don't really want to go into great detail about this either, but I am going to mention it. Sometimes you're out working on a project with an organization, and I ain't talking about work, and you kind of feel like you're being slighted. I wish I could get more into it, but maybe I will one day. I'll put it like this. In this country, there are people who classify black men. And the most critical that does that I've seen more than anybody, not saying that others don't do it, but the ones who I see do it more than anybody are black women. And yeah, I'm saying it because it's true. They do it a lot. It don't matter if they women you know from your neighborhood, you know, women you holler at on the street, women you holler at work. Not that I do that. I'm well past that. I'm married. Or church. You know, one thing they got in common, they evaluate every little nuance about you. And sometimes that shit gets annoying as hell. Especially when you're in places where you normally don't think you would be, you know, they would just, you know, kind of going on you a little bit for every nuance about you, whether they think it's good, bad, or indifferent or the other. You know, it's almost like the equivalent of you getting sized up. Because women do that too. Yeah, I'm telling you. I sit there watching, but it's a totally different way that they do it. It really is. Especially our sisters do it a lot. You don't even know it half the time. They'll size you up in a minute. And I just lately I've been noticing that. Especially where I be going. What is this fool doing? You know, the organization I'm involved with outside of work. I don't even want, like I said, it's just weird, man. It's really weird to me. You know. And but I told somebody, I said, this is why I don't do a lot of outside stuff outside of my normal, you know, JLP. You know, you just can't, you know, you do what you do, but you just gotta be, how can I put, evaluate on every little thing that you do. You know, evaluate and sometimes criticize for every little thing that you do. Good, better, and different. You just can't win. And I'm finding out more and more and more every single freaking day. It gets to be freaking annoying. It really does. So I told myself, I said, that's why I don't do a lot. That's why I hang out. That's why I don't do all this stuff, this extra stuff anymore. You know, try to do extra stuff, and what people do, they verbally try to shoot you down every time. I was like, That's why I don't go out my way for people no more. I get used to. I do go out my way for people, but sometimes when you do, it's just like they throw. Some people have been known to try to throw you under the bus when you do it, and it has happened. It's happened to me before, several times over the years. You know, even people I was close with. You know, it's just crazy. Oh man, here we go again. So I don't know. I try, you know, I try to stay focused. I try to stay positive about it. But people will do it. They will test you. They will try you at every turn. At every freaking turn, they will try you. Oh man, come on. They will try you at every turn. Yep. And like I said, it gets to be downright freaking annoying. To a point I just don't even want to be bothered. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. Well, let me get into it right quick. I'll say this. It's an organization at my church. I'm not going to say which one. I ain't going to say why specifically. But I'll say that I was asked to get involved with it about 2.5, 3 years ago. I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do. But at some point it gets to be downright annoying. You know, I do services with them about 2 times a month. I give up a lot of my time. And you know, I could be doing other stuff that projects I really love to work on. You know, thanks to like my animation. That's the next big thing that I want to accomplish. You know, big thing. If I can accomplish animation, I'm definitely going to be doing some good things, some big things. But I just haven't got to that point yet. Yep, I'd love to, real soon. But I haven't got there yet. But the way I felt about that situation last week was just to a point. I told one lady, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing this. You know, it's not that I don't feel appreciated, and not that I care if I am or not. But it's just the fact that it's part of the same thing that I experienced. Similar when I was younger, you know, being evaluated, being on every little nuance, literally every little nuance, and it get to a point this shit gets old. You know, I said if I know if you were going to do this, I would have never got involved with you in the first place. Like I started not to when I was approached by it 3 years ago. I really wasn't. I came very close to not getting involved at all. Because I knew at some point, sometimes people look for something to say based on the fact that, well, I ain't got no mans, and I ain't got no man like him. I like that man like him, and I'm going to talk about and try to figure out, you know, since I don't have one, I'm going to evaluate everything about his name, right? And I've had women do that before. It's happened. It has absolutely 100% happened before with me for the last 30-some-odd years. You know. And I got into an argument with this dickhead about a week ago, about a week and a half ago. But the guy told us to do, you don't know my situation. I didn't even told you my situation. So how would you know that I'm acting like somebody acting like a bitch because I wouldn't let nobody just say what they want. Well, no, it's not about them saying what they want. I never told you I didn't defend myself. I just said what they try to disrespect me. But that was all I said. I never said I didn't defend myself, because I have, and I did. Okay. But I also didn't tell this asshole that I knew they were doing behind my back. But in order for me to know that that's what somebody did behind your back, I have to have proof. I just can't go up there and tell them, well, so-and-so said you, and it may or may not be true. I have to catch you in that. I'm the kind of person, I don't want to accuse somebody of saying something that somebody else claimed was said about me behind my back, and then I look like a fool and can't prove whether they actually said it or not. Not for a minute. Not for a minute. I can't prove it. I can't accuse somebody of saying that they said it. I can't. This wouldn't be right at all. It wouldn't be right at all. You can't go around every time somebody says something about you behind your back, and then you say, well, you gotta challenge me, man. I can't challenge somebody if I don't hear it. I'm not saying it wasn't being said, but I can't roll somebody about a challenge that I didn't hear. All right, I don't know what you're doing. That's all it's doing. Because that could get somebody hurt over something that wasn't even true. I only go up on challenges when I know what was said. And plus this punk ass bitch motherfucker didn't, excuse my French people, didn't know my side of the story. Because I never told him. I said, and I told him straight up, I said, don't comment to me about something you don't have nothing about, because I never told you what actually happened or what I did or did not do. I just told you what somebody else was putting out there on me. But I never said I didn't defend myself. But I did say I do have to, I have responsibilities I had to take care of to make sure that I don't get in trouble for going in somebody's hands. And that's true. There's some things you gotta, step aside and say, hey, you know what? I bet you wouldn't do that bullshit. I bet I wouldn't let this shit go if I was outside this motherfucker. And that's just me. I wouldn't. I would not. Sometimes you have to think about the situation you're in when you're in that situation before you get too far into something that you don't want to get into, or something that may be too deep for you to get out of. We collectively do that sometimes. We'll get into situations like that, and then it's much worse than it was before we even got started. Now, I'm not even saying that you got necessarily bucked down, but you damn sure ain't gonna, take a risk. The risk yourself getting in bigger trouble over some dumb shit. I'm not about to do it. That's another whole story. This was what I was talking about last week. I'm not about to sit there and going on somebody. I could. Unless you actually, what? It's not even worth it. There's some things that you have to think about before you make action. A lot of us, as African Americans, do not do that. We don't tend to think before we act. We act before we fucking think. That's part of our issue now. We'll act on something, don't even know why the fuck you did. Well, man, it's old dumbass excuses and shit. Because nobody thinks with any common sense at the time. Nobody. Which is hence which why I don't fool a lot of people. Because of that. Silly stuff, man. No one got time for it no more. I'll tell you right now. No one has time for the muckety-muck bullshit. I don't, and I will not. Period. I won't deal with it. Yep. Too many jealous people out in this world, man. I'm finding out more and more. And usually people, when you're around jealous people, sometimes they could be a little shady. They could be not a little. They could be very shady on you. So shady, you don't want no part of. And that's been me. I said, I don't want a party. If you got act shady around me, try to throw me on the bus because you feeling some kind of way, I don't want to party because you're gonna make me go off. And I'm the type of person, I ain't don't want to try to go off on people just because I don't like what somebody said. But if it's to a point where you say it in a very derogatory way, I'm going battle cat on your ass. Basically, I'll get lit. And I don't really like doing that, especially when if it risk, if it ain't worth the risk. Let's put it like this: going off on somebody on the job for some stupid shit definitely ain't worth the risk, especially when you got especially when jobs are hard to come by now. It's not worth it. That's why I said some of y'all need to think about it. Some Negroes have lost their jobs over the dumbest shit. They just think about, oh, you gonna lose, but I ain't letting nobody do shit. I never said I did. But by the same token, I ain't gonna risk losing my job because some old bitch ass motherfucker felt some kind of way about a situation, or felt some kind of situation about me that they didn't like. I'm not about to do it. Your punk ass can do it. I ain't. Maybe your bitch ass can afford it. Not. And I'm talking about the guy who said the shit. But don't speak for me. That's one thing I hear about, and I ain't gonna say black people. That's one thing I hear, because I'm a distinctive difference. Black people I have a problem with. Niggas I have a problem with. And when I say, I ain't talking about black people. When I say niggas, I'm talking about assholes. Because I refer to all assholes as niggas. There ain't no color as far as I'm concerned. Nigga could be anybody who's stupid as hell. And that goes beyond color for me. And it could be somebody that represents black skin, but ain't a black, real black thought or mind. Just ignorant shit. Because one thing that I can't stand about the N-word. I mean, because I don't like saying that word anyway. Is people like that always don't have no values, no agenda, no life, really. But they want to ruin yours because they see it's something that they never attained that you got, and they always feel some kind of way about it, and they try to throw you in the bus all at the same time. That's jealousy. That's a dangerous thing, and that's a dangerous game. That's why I don't do a lot of running around with people, man. That's why I am sort of a person, just like I put that work in, go home. That's it. I ain't dealing with nothing else. I try to keep my life as drama free as possible. I really do. You can never really avoid drama for the most part. I try, I'm saying as far as stress free, drama free, I try to keep it like that. I hate that. Because people will try to get in your skin and make you feel some kind of way. And after a while, you wouldn't even know, well, I'm not feeling that way. After that, fool acted the fool on me. You can't react to every little situation because somebody said a specific thing about you. You have to evaluate the situation before you make your next move. Because that next move could be something that could be something that wouldn't even been worth you doing in the first place. You have to really think before you act. And a lot of us don't do that. And that's all I'm saying. Like I was telling you about, I was at Chipotle. Out here in Southern Maryland, in a shopping mall, a shopping center rather, and the guy kept tapping my daggone, he kept bumping my fucking arm and shit, man. He was tapping my shoulder. He was like, not tapping, he was just bumping his arm on me. I was like, dude, what are you doing? So I had to give him a look. I just finally stared his ass down. He stopped. But at the same time, this bitch ass nigga was on the phone, and he was texting. He was texting somebody. I don't know what the fuck he was up to, and that's all I know. I said, you know what? And I just happened to be, I just happened to be by myself at the time, at the store. Well, I mean, not, I wouldn't with anybody, with nobody with me when it happened. Because I'm gonna tell you, if that had happened another way, it might be a different story. But in this case, I thought about the situation. It was only me that was there, and once I stared him down and looked at his ass, he stopped. And this guy couldn't have been no more. Actually, couldn't. I know he wasn't under 21. I know that he probably had to be about probably mid-20s. But you doing this to a 50-year-old guy, or almost 50-year-old guy doing that mess. I don't play that shit. I'm too over that mess. And to be honest, he came very close to getting yoked up. He did. He came very dangerously close. But like I said, again, when I saw him texting and shit and doing that shit, I had to evaluate the situation. Some of us we got something to prove. It's a motherfucker, no, you ain't gonna hit me. Don't take all that. Sometimes you need to think about before you act about it. And a lot of times we don't. That's why we got so many of us in jail just because of that kind of shit alone. Because we overreact to a situation where we don't think about before we act. And sometimes they don't just go with a reaction. That goes with your mouth too. Some of us run off at the mouth quicker than we could think about what we said or why we said it in the first place. We're really bad about that. I see people do it all the time. Get them in a lot of trouble. Their mindset, their attitude. We got some of that we got to change within our own self. You ain't got to worry about something about, well, I don't need my time. You got to do it any damn way. A lot of us won't. A lot of us ain't willing to use common sense. We just like to pop off. We got that pop-off slave mentality. Which is what I call a pop-off mentality. That's really what it is. We pop on the first thing. We like drama. We like excitement. That's part of the problem with our culture. We feed on that. We live off of that. Our culture has been wrapped up in drama since the first slaves. Real talk. We've never let go of it. We love drama. What you come on? All day, really. Our culture has been wrapped up in nothing but drama. We feed off of it. It's like a plant feeding off of water. You absorb it, and you don't want to let it go. That's the bad part about it. But the other thing is about that, we don't learn from it. We don't learn from it. We don't learn to, hey, pull back the reins on our actions. I'm not saying that you shouldn't defend yourself when you need to, but you got to think about what you defend yourself for before you react, or if there's a need to do it at all. A lot of us don't do that. We simply don't do it. We simply don't do it, and we won't use common sense because we figure out our fist or whatever weapon we got available will take care of all of that. That fist or weapon don't think for you. If anything, you should be thinking on your own. With logic and common effing sense, man. That's the bottom line with me. That's the bottom line, period. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts. It's your boy DJ Wolf. I just want to give you something to chew on, man. And you need to chew on this hard. Because our culture is still wrapped up in that, go get them mentality. And any cost or whatever, we don't care. We just like to jump at it. We overreact to a lot of stuff. Some stuff we don't react to that we should be reacting to. Frivolous stuff, like somebody said. frivolous stuff we overreact to. Stuff we should be reacting to, we don't. You know, and that is true about it. That's entirely true about our culture. That's like guys like Tommy. You sit there and talk about, he talk about black women. He be putting black women down. Now, I don't necessarily evaluate him putting black women down. He does do it, but let's be straight. There are a lot of our women in our culture that are as ratchet as hell. And we know them. Whether it be an aunt, mother, cousin, girlfriend, sister, daughter, whatever. We know them. Okay? That's a known fact. And I see tons of stories that's always reported. And I've reported a few of them myself. About the time the mother took her 2-week-old child and spun her around. And I was so irked off that I posted it, and I had it posted up for 3 weeks. And it got over 1,500 views. The most views I ever had, at the time, it was the most views I ever had of any any video that wasn't originally made by me. And this wasn't off the newsfeed. This was directly off the video itself. So I had rights to it because it wasn't actually claimed. Although it came from World Star Hip Hop, but that's another story. But still, nevertheless, it was so ratchet. After about 3 weeks, I was thinking people just wanted to see a bloodbath. I took it off. It was that brutal. It was the most brutal film and I've ever seen of a woman, particularly a black woman, abuse a child. It was heartbreaking. It was sad. I literally cried watching that shit, man. I had to get it off. It was just depressing. I said, and the only reason people was even watching my channel at the time was because of the video. It was horrible, man. It was one of the most horrible videos I think I've ever posted anywhere. You know, I said, I don't even think I want. And after that, and that was maybe about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I never wanted to post videos like that ever after that. It was just it messed with your mind. It really did. It messed with your mind. It messed with my mind big time. I said, I just don't want to. I don't want to say that kind of stuff anymore. And I didn't. I was just. This is her. 20 minutes early. It messed with my mind, big time. To a point, and I was just so destroyed. I'm so sad. I just took it off. I did an audio version of it. I think the audio is still somewhere. I mean, what I did a commentary on. I went ballistic, verbally ballistic, on a podcast talking about it. I mean, nonstop. I was so enraged because I had to. You know, one thing I could say honestly and truly, my folks may have been verbally abusive, but they weren't physically abusive. Not to that point. Not even close. And I was never like that with my kids. This woman, I mean, she was just taken to a extreme. She could have killed that baby. That's why it was so bad. I say, and yet, this woman was not locked up. It happened in St. Louis, matter of fact. This woman was not locked up. She was under a medical evaluation for mental stress, and I think she eventually got custody of the baby back. Matter of fact, she did, because her mom said they interviewed her mother, and her mother said, yeah, she was being stressed out a little bit. That's all, but she all right. Blah blah. Get the fuck out of here. That woman was not all right after you. How can you? Matter of fact, yeah. How can you honestly sit there and watch this woman abuse your? Abuse your grandbaby, and you talking about it's all right? No, bitch. Nothing about that was all right ever. And lies the problem. And then y'all talk about people like Tommy and people who want to talk bullshit about me. Suck my dick, and I mean that. You know, because you got bigger fish to fry. You know. And that some of those bigger fish is right in your own backyard. You know, when you hear a mother and a grandmother talking about, oh, well, she was just a little stressed. You know, she ain't mean nothing by it. It wasn't really on her. Yeah, bitch, it was on her the whole time. Because you know what? If it was a guy, you would have crucified him on that. But you wouldn't do it with your own daughter, abusing your grandchild. Really? That's what I found amazingly wrong. And the guy who actually was filming the video was a complete simp. He said that and ran the video. I timed it. It was over 8 minutes. 8 minutes. You know, it was a lot of things that could have happened to that child in 8 minutes. A lot of things could happen to people in less than 8 minutes, in less than 2 minutes. This guy did nothing to stop it. That was a video I'm actually totally surprised Tommy never posted. But I never sent it to him either. You know, but it was so horrible. I wasn't. To me, I didn't care if I made a dime off of AdSense with that or not. I could not show it. I, in my right mind, was like, no, I can't do it. It was too. People was thirsty for a bloodbath. That's what it was. And I felt so bad for that child. I really did. I wouldn't want to see anybody's child going through that. And I didn't want to continue showing it after that. After I saw it, I was like, 1,500 views, I was like, that's it. I could have kept it going. I ain't that kind of person. I just could not do it. I could not bring myself to continue to watch abuse coming from that's sorry excuse for a mother. And even the child's older sister, who I think was about 7, 8 years old, was begging mom to stop. No, I don't think she was that old. I think she might be about 5 or 6 something. She even felt some kind of way about her mom doing that. She was like, man, mom, stop. You know, she cried. When that little girl cried on that video, man, I cried with her, man, because I felt so bad. And this simp ass dude didn't do anything to stop her. Hey, ain't mine, it ain't me. Yeah. And I don't give a damn what anybody say. That nigga was a total motherfucking bitch ass simp. Period. To even allow it, even if he was simping on with her, to allow her to abuse her baby like that, I'm sorry. I would not ever go with a narrative like that. First of all, I will report her when she was reported. I will report her to CPS, and then I'll bring her with that bitch immediately. I wouldn't have nothing to do with her after that. He just seen the mind because he thought, hey, I ain't did it. That's what he said. I ain't did it. Oh, you bitch ass motherfucker. She should have been beating your ass because you was too stupid to stop her from abusing her baby. But that's what I'm talking about. It's just this mentality. It's like a slavery type of mentality going wrong. And it's like we aren't getting any better. We're getting worse. But here's the thing. I'm going to tie it in a nice little bow. Here's the thing. I said it before. I'll say it now. You don't need a fancy place called Wakanda to tell you that you need to do better. You need to start doing that shit right now. You don't need no movie to try to get you to realize that you could live a better life if you just do better. You don't need a movie to tell you that. If you do, you're a stupid motherfucker. I'm sorry. Bottom line, you're a stupid motherfucker. And yeah, I said it. If you need a movie to tell you that you can live your life better, like you can live your life like Wakanda, a movie, okay, about a fictional place to tell you that you can do better. You know, it's a shame. You know, at first I was telling my wife, I said, I understand, you know, what all black people now all of a sudden trying to reclaim their heritage, something you should be doing the whole time. Well, but she was talking about, well, there's nothing wrong with people dressing African garb and cosplay and all of that. I got to think about it. That it kind of is true. There really was nothing wrong with that part. what I see wrong with is people talking about, hey, we gonna go out there and we gonna do our own land like right. Niggas ain't gonna do shit. See, my other issue is that we talk a good game and don't back up anything we talk about doing. Procrastination again. I mentioned that before. When we always talk about, hey, I'll be up there and then don't say nothing, they just won't do it. You know? But nevertheless, don't wait for Wakanda or any other place in film where it's fictional truth tell you what you need to do with your life. You need to have an agenda for what you need to do with your life and follow that path. Hopefully it's a good one. This is DJ Wolf. Guys, that's all I got to say right now. I just want to put a little thought into your mind about getting yourself together, man, not having to worry about a movie telling you how to live your life. That's all I'm saying. I know some people won't feel some kind of way about it. But do I give a fuck? No. That's why I got my channel, to be able to tell my side of the story about things on how I see life and how I feel about it. If you have a problem with it, get your own channel, or you can debate me. We can set up a time and date where we can debate. I'm available. DJ Wolf Live at AOL.com or DJWolfLive@gmail.com. This is DJ Wolf. Alright, guys. I got more to say about this and other stuff on the back burner. Review coming soon on Black Panther this weekend. Guaranteed. Because I got tickets for this Saturday. And also, a live show doing the review and taking your calls. Blog Talk Radio. I'm hoping to get that information for you between now and Friday night. I will be posting it. Again, this is DJ Wolf. I am out.